This is Another Man's Nostalgia with John.
The actor seemed like he was dying. I don't know if it was just because he was like super old.
I think he was actually dying.
Chris.
Here's my stuff, gentlemen. Monogamy is not real.
Gentleman Collis.
And Justin.
I wish I had bonding moments with people I knew,
But
I never have any of those.
The episode starts now.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Another Man's Nostalgia. We revisit everybody's favorite shows, movies, and games from the mid-90s to mid-2000s. Don't worry, we'll take the bullet. This week on Another Man's Nostalgia, we watched A League of Their Own.
A League of Their Own, yeah.
Here's the plot. We're the members of the All-American League. We come from cities...
Oh my God,
near-
you're singing the
That's a
song,
song.
aren't you? You're singing the song. With
We've got Canadians, Irishmen, and Swedes.
Irish women.
We're all for one, we're all for one, we're all American. Okay.
Okay. Yes, it's the song that the girls sing like
Yeah. It's weird.
partway through the movie.
Yeah.
We're the members of the All-American League. We come from cities near and far. We got Canadians, Irish boys and Swedes. We're all for one, we're all American.
Do you want to say the plot, John? Oh, wait, no, let's talk about what it means to us.
Okay.
So, Justin, you go first.
Absolutely nothing. Never seen the movie. I've only seen one line.
Lies.
You've never
Lies.
seen this movie?
Nope.
You are lying.
I only know that one part. I only knew that one part.
The baseball?
What?
The crying part?
Yeah, the crying part.
Oh, we'll get there. Okay. How about you, John?
Well, this should have been my movie. So
That is not true.
That is true. This movie got so I kept saying all these movies that brought me and my dad closer together, me and my brother closer together. This movie brought me and my mom closer together because my mom really liked this movie. That's it. That's all. That's
When did you watch it?
I don't want to say.
Because last week you said it was later.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
John was 22. What?
What? No.
John watched this 2 weeks ago.
No.
He decided he wanted to do it together.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I did watch it when I was older. I didn't watch it when I was younger.
So past the range, you would say?
Past the range of what?
1995 to 2005? Past that range?
I probably watched it in the mid 2000s.
Mid 2010s.
Yeah, no. It wasn't in the 90s or 2000s. It was probably 2011
Okay.
is when I first watched this.
Me and my sister watch this all the time. I probably had this movie.
Lie.
I probably had this movie close to memorize.
I don't believe you.
We watch this movie a lot. I really like it, and I'm excited for us to talk about it.
Okay.
So who wants to say the plot? Justin, you want to do it since you've never seen it before?
Okay. So, some old lady's going to a reunion,
Yes.
and she looks back on her life.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're playing softball at this point. Then they get scouted by John Lovitz.
Why?
What?
Why are they?
Oh yeah, the men are at war.
Yep.
So this is World War II.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is actually this was a real league.
Correct.
So they did do this. Little baseball history there.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It's pretty
Thanks
cool.
for ruining one of my fun facts.
Oh come on, shut up. I haven't
It's
said
like
anything yet.
one of the 5 fun facts that you have for this movie.
yeah.
So, anyways, they try out. They get onto a team. They go through the season. Basically, it's like yay, girl power. They're really entertaining. They're really good.
This movie should have came out now
Yeah,
because of all the girl stuff that's going on.
for sure.
Tom Hanks is the drunk manager. He finds his way.
Sobers up.
Sobers up. Then they make the World Series, the playoffs of the World Series of the Women's League. The sister and sister are pitted against. Are they sisters?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because sometimes that's not as like clear. Sometimes the way they interact, I don't know.
Because they look nothing alike.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But
I do like the chemistry between the two.
They're good. They're
she
really
gets
good.
traded. There's a whole big hubbub about that. They play each other. There's a twist at the end that I'm not going to say yet. And then it goes back to the present, and everybody's happy. They open the women's wing of the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yep.
They all take pictures. Everybody's happy. Yay.
Okay. Wait. Y'all watched the movie? There's a TV show came out same year. Y'all didn't watch that?
No.
This
TV
is
show.
awkward. Yes, that's right. That was the first fun fact. There was a TV show called League of Their Own. Short-lived is all I could find about it. So I don't think it lasted very long, but short-lived TV show. It included Marla Hooch and Betty Spaghetti reprising their role.
Oh.
Yeah.
We
So
forgot.
there's a movie there's a TV show that was like a spin-off of the movie?
Yeah. Called League of Their Own. Yeah.
It was called League of Their Own.
Yeah.
You should have waited.
I know. Fun fact. But I had that funny joke I wanted to land.
Oh.
And it landed.
Yeah.
It didn't
You
land.
want to do a fun fact?
It didn't really
You want to
land.
do a fun fact theme?
Take me out to the fun facts. Take me out to a league of their own.
Okay.
right.
Okay. I got some near castes real quick. There's only 3 of them, so I'll read them real quick.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
He does it all. No, it's actually Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh,
Jake Gyllenhaal?
they seem
Really?
to pop up a lot.
Was he too big to, or he too small to fit into the uniforms?
Sally Field is a part of Dottie.
Okay.
Yep. Courtney Cox as Kid.
Oh, I could see that.
Would have been interesting, right?
I could see that. That
She's
would
too
work.
good looking
Yeah, it's true. Well, this girl's cute.
at the time.
It's just her hair.
Yeah.
It's her hair.
Hey, I'll tell you right now, this movie was for the dads.
And the last one is Bryan Cranston as Jimmy Dugan.
No.
I mean, he would have been as good as Tom Hanks, but he could. I think he could have pulled it off.
Yeah,
He's a funny
I can
actor.
see that.
He is, but man, Tom Hanks in this is just.
Yeah, he's pretty great.
Ugh.
It's
Um,
kind of hard to go back because I'm sure he was an A-lister at
Yeah.
the time as well.
Because he's got that like, because he's kind of skinny. He's got the rough
Yeah.
look to him. He looks like a 30s, 40s baseball player.
Yeah.
Look. He had that look. It's the look too about him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
They
Bryan
made-
Cranston.
Justin, did you know a lot of 30s, 40s baseball players?
Well, if like you look at you look at pictures and everything.
They're not
like,
muscular. They're all a little chubby.
they're a little chubby or really skinny. Like they don't look super athletic.
Yeah.
They're not on steroids. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, basically.
Pretty much.
He had to eat he had to gain 30 pounds for the role.
Which is ridiculous.
He had
'cause
to
it doesn't look
gain
like he
30
does.
pounds.
Yeah.
He still looks really
He
skinny.
ate a whole bunch of Dairy Queen to get there.
Really?
On the other side of the fence, though, they made Rosie O'Donnell eat as little as possible. That is a fun fact. I did not make that up. I'm not trying to be funny.
Oh my God!
That is literally what they said.
That is amazing.
Yep. The director told her, and the director was a woman. So I mean,
The director said that?
Yeah, the director told Rosie O'Donnell she should not eat as much, or as little as possible is the word she used. As little as possible.
Dang.
Yeah.
I mean, she wasn't like big or anything.
She wasn't.
She wasn't. No,
She
but
looked fine.
compared to the other people, she is.
Yeah.
You guys want to start rolling through, kind of going over as we go?
All right. So when I saw the beginning, the
Old lady?
the credits.
Oh, okay.
You know-
the music?
This literally the first thing I wrote was Chris got a boner when he saw Hans Zimmer.
Of course I got a boner when I heard Hans Zimmer. And he had a good score in this.
Yeah.
It wasn't great.
I thought they casted very well when it came to the older, the people that were playing the main characters.
I really
and they
thought
were
that was
older.
just them in makeup for a little
No,
bit.
it's different characters,
No,
but
it's all different. It's all different
people.
actors.
but it is
right?
them voicing. They voiced the original. So Gina Davis did voice, did dubbed over her.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to make it a little more, which I think makes sense.
All right, that's a pretty good dub then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I couldn't even tell.
Same with Lori Petty. She also did Kit at the end. She also recorded. Which did she even have a line at the end?
Is that all of them?
Yeah, she had
was
like a
that
little
just that-
one.
Or was that just those two actors?
just those two? I think the other ones were just the actors or the actual people.
No, that's fine. But
Yeah.
again, they casted very well. They looked exactly
They did.
like
It was good.
their younger parts that they were trying to portray.
Did you like the first song, the Now and Forever? I don't know. I'll put it in.
Okay, I'm
It's
gonna
a
be
little
honest
corny.
with you.
It was there.
You got a boner off all the music. I really didn't notice the music. I know that's probably hard.
I
to
say
believe,
he got
but
boner off Hans Zimmer.
Okay.
No, I get what you're saying. The music's not as like
It wasn't. Yeah,
not his
it
best
wasn't
work.
as predominant in this movie than other movies that we've watched.
This is before Lion King and stuff. I think it's before he really started. hitting his
What
stride.
year did it come out?
92, I believe.
92. Okay. This is probably the most adult form of comedy that we've probably watched this whole entire.
You know, I was thinking
podcast.
about that too because I think we're
Pretty adult.
we're probably gonna get to a point where we're gonna start watching like older stuff. Or
Yeah, no,
just
we will.
Yeah.
But I don't know when it's coming up, but I know that this is something I used to watch when I was little, and it was Friends.
Yep.
And that's more of an adult type of humor. It's
coming up
and
quick.
that's what kind of this was too.
Yep. So then they flash back and Kit is going up to bat. They're showing they're in like a small, you said softball league, right?
Yeah, it had to be softball because the way we're throwing.
And Kit is she's pretty fun, or she's really annoying. Like she only listens to Dottie's advice.
She's terrible.
Yeah,
At the
she's
very beginning,
Hey,
of this
she's
movie,
gonna throw high.
awful.
Don't
yeah,
swing.
she's very obnoxious.
And she swings.
Yep, and she strikes out. And my favorite. Okay, so you said Tom Hanks makes this movie. I think John Lovitz makes this movie. I think every line he says is so funny.
He's only in He's only in 15.
He's great.
15 minutes of the
Okay,
movie.
But he's
But-
a very bit character. He does
Yeah.
open the movie very well.
That's what I mean.
Lovitz was great. You are exactly right. Almost everything that dude said was a quote.
Oh, doesn't that hurt them?
Doesn't seem to.
That would bruise the hell out of me. They'll pay you $75 a week.
We only make 30 at the dairy.
Well then, this would be more, wouldn't it?
Well, I'll go. I'm ready right now. I gotta sign something.
I don't want you. I want her, the one who hit the ball. You can climb back onto the cow.
She's good. She's very good. She's a pitcher. She just didn't pitch today because she pitched the day before.
Well, thanks for that extra special glimpse into her life. Will you shut up?
We have increased sales 106% in the last 12-month period. And this with a war on.
You know, if I had your job, I'd kill myself. Sit here, I'll see if I can dig up a pistol. Every trip I take, I gotta sit next to one of these guys. I'm just too friendly.
Sir, your knee.
Like it? Did you promise the cows you'd write? See how it works is, the train moves, not the station.
I did.
Oh, this is making me sick. Hey, cowgirls, see the grass? Don't eat it. It's been a thin slice of heaven. Goodbye.
Wait, you're going?
Ah, dry your eyes. Yeah, I'm just going home, grab a shower and a shave, give the wife a little pickle tickle, and I'm on my way. I'll see you.
Yeah, but
But what? Field, tryouts, play. That's it. Get lost.
come on, guys.
Hate when they get attached to me like that.
What happens is he's a scout, and he sees what is her name?
Dottie.
Dottie. She sees Dottie play at a softball game and goes and visits her and recruits her for this this new baseball league that they're making because the men aren't there, so they have to come up with some new entertainment.
Yeah.
So
She's married though, so she's like, nah.
yeah,
Even for
Dottie's
75
married,
a week,
So,
Yeah.
Wow, what happened?
which
Yeah.
is pretty good money back then.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Her sister says that she could play. She's a pitcher,
Yep.
and
All he saw her do was strike out.
yeah. And then they both come and they go visit this other girl.
But Marla Hooch is funny because she's like hitting, she's just like slamming him out there, and so you think it's like an automatic go, and then he looks at her, he's like, "Ugh." Yeah, he's like, we'll let you know, and he walks off. But then Dottie and Kit refuse to go.
Good
unless,
on them.
Unless they go, unless she goes.
It was a good scene.
Mhm, it was
It would work now.
absolutely
Yeah.
And then they get to the ballpark to try out, and he
Harvey
leaves.
Field looks a lot like Wrigley Field.
It is Wrigley Field.
Yeah.
And
And he's like, "Hey, cowgirls,
because
don't
Harvey
even-"
is supposed to be a stand-in for Wrigley, who
Yep.
owned the Cubs.
Yep.
Where's your fun facts for that, John? Or Chris?
Yeah, John.
Yeah, John. Where's your fun facts? Why did I say John?
I don't know what to do.
You two look the same.
Well, no, I had that on here, but you jumped for it.
I like this. I like the line. he goes, "Hey, cowgirls, don't eat the grass over here."
You see the grass, don't eat it.
There's a barrel line when Lovitz leaves.
Oh, I know which one you're going to want to
Go.
talk about.
You want to say it?
Yeah, he says, I'm going to go home, give the wife a little pickle tickle to be on my way.
Which almost makes 0 sense, because wouldn't she tickle his pickle?
All
Or
right.
what?
Now,
Or I guess he would tickle her with his pickle? I don't know.
All right.
okay, so they're tryouts.
And then you meet 2 more characters. You meet Rosie O'Donnell's character. Do you say her name?
I don't know her name.
I don't know her name. And then Madonna, who is all the way May, as they call her.
I have a feeling that was
She's
based
the
on real
floozy-
life.
She's the floozy of the group.
She is. I mean, they don't shy about it either. They let you know that's what she is. I mean, they make a lot of jokes about it too later on. So this might be really surprising to you guys, was a really hard person to work with.
What?
She was quite the diva. Is anybody surprised?
Oh my god.
She hated. They actually went to Evansville, Indiana, is where they filmed this.
That must have been terrible for her.
Yeah, and she was really rude to the citizens, the hotel staff, and the restaurant staff.
Oh.
And other locals. And
Was this her in her talking British phase?
I don't know if it was. I forgot about that. I don't think it was. But yeah, so she also would do city interviews and was just terribly to talk terribly about the city
For like a
in
bit,
the city.
essentially a bit part in a movie.
The city that they filmed in?
The video filmed, they would interview her, and she would just talk about how terrible the city was. So
I mean, it probably was, but you don't have to say that.
yeah, exactly. She's not a bad actress, though. I was kind of surprised.
Yeah, she's
No,
fine.
she's not.
Yeah, but so they all make the same team, ironically. Isn't that surprising?
Whoa, wow.
Yeah, weird.
I mean, it's
They have
only
to-
5 teams.
Yeah.
They have to introduce
14, right?
characters.
Yeah,
It's 4 teams, isn't it?
yeah, it's 14.
I thought there were 5.
The
but-
Racine.
Ding!
It definitely seems like they're only playing one
Ding!
team.
What?
It seems like they only play one team the
Yeah,
whole time.
well, that's
They do tryouts, and they're trying to figure out where
Oh, yeah.
she's going. And this girl, she's just kind of standing and looking at the list. And one of the managers, he's like, "Well, did you make the list?" And she just doesn't really say anything.
right.
And then he goes, "Well, if you didn't make the list, you need to leave." And
He
then,
assumes that, yeah.
And then someone comes over there and helps her. She goes, "Hey, can you read?"
Yeah.
And she goes, "No."
Okay, I don't think this is much of a heart-filled scene because the reason they do that is to set up a titty joke later.
No,
I mean,
the reason
they
to show
do
that
add a titty joke with it, but I don't think that was the reason.
That's why they did this.
No, the reason they did it is to show that women at this time, some of them didn't know how to read, which is
Yeah,
crazy.
No, so they could do a dirty
It
book
was
joke.
no, it was like a
And then Hanks comes in. So John Lovitz gets out of the movie at 21 minutes. Tom Hanks enters the movie at 31 minutes.
And it gets
Because they're
better.
both the root of most of the jokes in this movie, which makes sense. And Tom Hanks is great.
So the scene that Tom Hanks comes in, he's talking to Harvey at Harvey's, I guess, house,
Yep.
and he.
Okay, it's not a house, it's a mansion.
What's his name? He's talking to Dugan, and he goes, "Hey, I got a management position for you." He's like, "Oh, well, thank you so much." And he goes, "Are you done drinking?" And he's like, "Yeah." He goes, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah, just because I can't afford it."
He goes, I haven't quit drinking because I can't afford
Yeah,
it.
it's pretty good.
So then he goes, "Hey, yeah, I got a job for you coaching girls." And he's like, "Oh, well, I don't know, if I could really do that." And he goes, "Well, you could still be in the league." He goes,
Well, it's not exactly like that. I hurt my knee.
You fell out of a hotel, that's how you hurt it.
Well, there was a fire.
Which you started, which I had to pay for.
Well, no, I was gonna send you a thank you card, Mr. Harvey, but I wasn't allowed anything sharp to write with.
Look, Jimmy, I want you to manage one of the new girls' baseball teams. Don't look so stunned. Face it. You're still a name. You step out of the dugout before every game. You wave your little hat in the air, you give the people a thrill.
He tells me he's pretty much a name. That's why he's making him a manager. Because he's a name, people want to see him. So then he
used to be a really famous baseball player.
Right.
And that's why he's super popular.
So he pretty much takes that to mean he can show up wasted to all the games as long as he waves his hat and goes back to the dugout. So that's what he does.
The first game,
Yeah.
he walks into the locker room
and
just takes like a 2-minute piss.
So there's a lot of fun facts about that. So it was a 53-second piss when he's at the urinal. So Tom Hanks didn't know how long he was supposed to pee for. He didn't know when he was going to be done peeing. The director was in the stall near him with a hose and a bucket making the noise. And he's had to keep going until she's decided that it was comedically done. Is that good? So nobody knew how long he was just going to be peeing there.
The girls kind of have to fend for themselves for like a first couple games because Tom Hanks' character, he doesn't really do anything. He just kind of sits there.
Yep.
But I like the line. One of the guys that's in charge of like the league, he goes over to Tom Hanks after the game, and he's like, "I couldn't tell if you were passed out or dead." I like the move where you scratched your balls for an hour.
But right before that, when they show him scratch his balls, the announcer says, "Let's see if Jimmy Dugan gives him the walk," and then he like scratches his balls, passed out.
Yeah.
And then they do like the little introduction video where they show all the girls that are doing it. And
there's some great.
And they kind of show all of them. We meet Betty Spaghetti, we just talked about. We meet the girl who knits, the pitcher who's like blonde, not Kit, the other pitcher.
Marla Hooch, what a hitter!
Marla Hooch, what a hitter!
And she's like far away.
She's waving.
And how about Marla Hooch? What a hitter!
Oh man, a lot of
But I don't know. This movie, I feel like it portrayed the girls really well that was going on in this time.
Yeah,
like
it did.
During World War II. Like I think it did a really good job of shining a light on like how they were seen in society.
Oh, absolutely.
And it was awful.
Well, people
it was
were pretty
awful
much
how they saw girls.
Yeah, people pretty much went to these games just to kind of laugh at them at first. Honestly, so from everything I've read, the league actually itself was not unpopular when it came out. They didn't have to do all these like gimmicks to get males to go watch them play. It was popular from the beginning, but it's still like they did have to go to charm school to make themselves like ladies and stuff like that.
So this was a real. I know like a lot of the facts are based on true facts.
Yep.
In the movie.
Yeah. The only thing that really wasn't true was that fact. I mean, none of these characters are real, obviously.
Well, yeah.
But in the fact that it wasn't very popular, that it was popular from the very beginning.
Okay.
So.
I mean, but it does make the movie a lot more interesting.
And
it kind of it brings out the characters a little bit more because they have to be
really
more
good.
of a like I guess more enthusiastic about.
I don't know. It was kind of just a kind of a small subplot of it.
I think
it wasn't that much of the movie.
I think it was a way for the movie to portray that
it turned around really quick.
Yeah, but I think it's a way for like you were saying, the women for them to show you what the women were treated like at this time. That's the real reason they had that, even if it was popular. You know what I mean?
But it did help blossom the characters because that's when they started to kind of be like a big part of the movie.
Right. Yep.
Is them kind of blossoming into this like big thing, and they had to do all these little gimmicks, but it helped their character.
And they had to be good at baseball. You know, they had to like show off like they actually were really good at baseball.
So like when it came to these, did they have to train at all? Like
yeah,
when it came to the actresses, when it came to throwing, catching, I don't know.
So Lori Petty, the girl who plays Kit, and Rosie O'Donnell were the two best players. They actually went through training. They actually had hitting competitions, and both of them could hit the ball to the major league park or hit them to the fences in major league parks, which is better than I could do.
Really?
Yeah,
it's about 400 feet.
Rosie O'Donnell could also actually throw it with two balls, like she does in that video. She can do that.
She can throw two what?
She can throw two balls at the same time.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep. During filming, Lori Petty, the girl who plays Kit, threw more balls than most pitchers do in an entire season, like while they filmed it.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy, right?
She probably wasn't throwing very hard though.
Probably not.
Well, no.
I'm sure they sped up a lot, but still, that's a lot.
You have to ice your shoulder after a little while.
Yeah. They had to. Yeah, they trained a lot. They learned how to slide on slip and slides. The biggest thing to me that was crazy was
learn how to slide on slip and slides.
Yeah, like how to slide in the
so you don't hurt yourself.
Yeah.
You ever slid even with pants on in dirt?
All the injuries and bruises that were in the films were real that the actresses got, including the huge strawberry bruise that girl got. That lasted for over a year. That bruise on her thigh. Isn't that crazy?
Jesus.
Yeah, that's a real thing. So then they tell. So then the blonde girl, I forget her name, the one who has the son, tells Jimmy Dugan that she needs to bring her son along. And that her husband said she needs to shut up about it. It's just ridiculous. And then he's just like rolls his eyes and walks off. And then you meet the little
ball players.
No, okay. He goes because she goes, "Hey, can I bring my kid along?"
Yeah.
And he just kind of looks at her.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Baseball players."
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Like
these girls aren't baseball
yeah.
players.
And so you bring him along, and then he blindfolds the bus driver. The bus driver decides to walk away, but he throws dirt at the.
I know he threw dirt right in that chick's face. I was like, holy crap! That is a crazy reaction.
It was.
One of my favorite lines is coming up.
Is it when she comes back in? He kisses her. So he kisses her.
The girl that's doing all the what do you call it?
I don't know what
she's probably like a team mom or whatever.
Yeah. She's the girl that kind of helps all the girls on the team become ladies.
Right.
And she goes to Tom Hanks' character, and he goes, "Hey, we need a bus driver." And she goes, "Hey, we need a bus driver," and wakes him up because he's drunk, and he just grabs her and kisses her. And then he realizes what happens, and then he's moving his mouth
And then he decides that he's just going to drive the bus himself. Yeah, and he turns around. You want to say it?
He goes, "I really loved you in The Wizard of Oz." She looks like a witch. It's one of the favorite lines in the movie.
It's really good. And then they food poison her so they can go out that night to a club.
This is a great scene.
All the girls want to go out, and they're not supposed to go out, but the girls wanted to do that and have fun.
There was some impressive dancing going on.
It was way too long of a scene, though. With Madonna dancing.
The best part of that was when Gina Davis comes back up, Dottie.
Yeah.
They're in the convertible with the 15-year-old kid.
You found some weird things weird, but okay, go ahead.
What?
You found some
I
weird
was supposed
things
to say, that was a funny scene to you? I kind of...
You mean the one where he's like,
the little boy?
how about you make me a man in the back seat?
Yeah.
And she's like, how about I smack you around a little? And he's like, can't we do both?
Yeah.
You find that funny?
It's funny. All these guys in this club.
So I watched this movie twice.
Uh-huh.
And I watched it today again, and I remember watching that scene, and I just kind of put my phone down, and I was like, that's ridiculous. No one would say that.
It's hilarious. That's why it was funny.
I like how they're talking about how May and Rosie O'Donnell's character met, and she goes, May was a dancer, I was the bouncer. And then they're all trying to leave because Gina Davis says that they're coming down there to spy out, or to see if they're there. And they hit them all, and they go, "Where's Marla Hooch?" And she's on stage singing to Nelson.
Oh my god, that went way too long.
Oh, you need to play a clip of it.
That part went way too long.
It had to be you. It had to be you. I wandered around.
Marla, we gotta go. Come on. Come on, we gotta go.
I singing to Nelson, ain't I, baby?
You sure are.
So Madonna's character is doing a confession, and they say, "Oh, that's the second time that the priest dropped his Bible."
Because he's so surprised.
And when she goes out of the what do you call it?
Confessional.
The confessional. She kind of kneels down in a sexual way, and she does the cross.
Yeah.
And then she just leaves, and then you see the priest, and he's sweating.
And then O'Donnell's like, "What did you tell him?" And he goes, "Everything." Whoa. Man, that's pretty funny.
That's such a good scene.
Yeah.
And the next scene is where she gets her actual, or the next baseball scene is when she gets her actual name.
All the way
May.
Yep. Weird.
That's why they call her All the Way May.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
I have mixed feelings about Rosie O'Donnell in this movie.
She's fine.
She's fine. Her in general kind of gets on my nerves in movies.
I think she had good chemistry with Madonna.
They did a good job with
She's
her.
not underused. She's not overused.
They actually became lifelong friends after this. They met on this stage or on this movie. Yeah, they became lifelong
They both
friends.
did?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Actually, Rosie O'Donnell was a little intimidated to work with her because she's a big superstar at this time. Madonna was.
That's not surprising.
Yeah, but they actually became.
Maybe they're just both divas, and they just
maybe so.
They were divas.
I don't
together.
know. Something about Rosie O'Donnell has always kind of bothered me.
I never really
even
liked
her
her.
voice in Tarzan has bothered me.
I never liked her very much. I never thought she was terrible, but I was just like, why does she always get a bunch of stuff?
Yeah,
she doesn't seem all that funny. I guess on her talk show, when she had the talk show, she was really good.
Was she?
Yeah, I don't know. I was not my thing, obviously.
I never really found her funny, but she's pretty compelling in this. I thought she was really interesting in this one.
Yeah.
But when she's overused, she's not funny. But she was utilized
I thought she had very good chemistry with Madonna, and that that friendship was a really funny part in the movie.
Yeah.
And I really think that they did a good job with it.
Mm-hmm. And then you have the most famous line from this movie.
I love this scene so much.
So this is when is he starting to try? Is he actually starting to manage now?
Yeah, he's
the first scene that when he starts to manage is when him and what is her name again?
Dottie.
Marla Hooch is batting, and Dottie's giving her a signal.
They're talking about either bunting or swinging.
Yeah,
and he's like, "No, she needs to hit it."
Yep,
like
because she's their best hitter.
Yeah,
yes. She's like, "No, we're not gonna." He's like, "No, we shouldn't be dropping. She needs to hit."
Yeah,
and he kept giving them all the different signals.
So that's when he started getting into it.
Yeah,
he's like, "Oh, these girls can't manage."
Yeah. But then then she hits a really good ball. I think that's when he starts getting respect
his decision was a really good decision.
Yeah,
and the girls kind of start to respect his authority after that.
And but then I forget her name, but she throws the mom. Let's call her the mom because she's the one with stool.
She hasn't hit the cutoff man.
Yeah, she doesn't hit off the cutoff man, and she comes back to the dugout.
He's like,
"Which team do you play for?"
Well, I'm a peach.
Well, I was just wondering, because I couldn't figure out why you would throw home when we've got a 2-run lead. You let the tying run get on second, and we lost the lead because of you. Now you start using your head. That's that lump that's 3 feet above your ass. Are you crying?
No.
Are you crying? Are you crying? There's no crying. There's no crying in baseball.
Why don't you leave her alone, Jimmy?
Oh, you zip it, Doris. Rogers Hornsby was my manager, and he called me a talking pile of pig shit. And that was when my parents drove all the way down from Michigan to see me play the game. And did I cry? No. And you know why?
No.
Because there's no crying in baseball. There's no crying in baseball. No crying.
That's the most famous line of the movie. But one of my favorite line is the line that's right after this line.
It's so good.
Because the umpire, because she starts to cry, and she's like, "I'm so sorry."
Yeah.
And then he goes,
"What's the matter, Jimmy?"
What? She's crying, sir.
I didn't mean to do that.
Perhaps you chastised her too vehemently. Good rule of thumb. Treat each of these girls as you would treat your mother.
Anyone ever tell you look like a penis with a little hat on?
You're out of here!
Oh, no,
right
no,
now,
no,
Jimmy,
you,
I heard
you
that!
Misunderstood me.
You
You misunderstood me!
No, I
You
didn't.
can't throw me out for that!
Second,
No, when
Jimmy.
you got a strike
Right now.
I can't believe no one ever called you that before!
"Oh, it's
This is
great.
really good.
That's why I love
You need to
Tom
put
Hanks.
I don't know if you're gonna put a clip, but you need to put.
I'll put a clip in. I had to put one in for that. So then, and then they kind of do a montage of them getting better and keep playing. This is when they start getting.
And he starts to coach him up a little bit.
Yep. And they have a scene which is kind of cool with the black woman throwing the
I
ball.
thought you would join the team. I was a little disappointed.
Well, I think he's just showing they weren't allowed to join the team at that time.
No.
That was the point, is that they weren't allowed to join it, but she was just as good as they were, if not better. And then one of the scenes, and this is when they foreshadow what happens at the end with the steal. This is the third base steal, and Dottie holds onto the ball, so the person's out, and that's gonna come into play later. And I want to talk about that scene when we get to the end.
Okay.
So he's pretty much a normal coach now. Dottie pulls Kit out, and Kit gets really pissed at her.
Oh yeah. Okay, so she's throwing bad.
Yeah.
It's the 9th inning. She's throwing real bad.
Yep.
Because her arm's tired.
Yeah.
So then.
So she's throwing a complete game every single game. Then.
Yeah. And apparently,
I don't think so. I think that blonde girl.
No, that's what she said. She goes, "I've never been pulled out of the game."
Okay.
Coach.
Which sounds terrible. A terrible managing.
Seriously. Well, he's drunk after the games.
But and he's pulling her out, and she's like, "Oh no, I can pitch one with." I think it's 2 outs, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's 2 outs. She just has to strike out this next batter, and they win. Mm-hmm. And Dottie, she goes, "Hey, yeah, no, she's done." And it's like her sister, and she goes, "Yeah, she's done. She's done throwing." And the manager pulls her out, and Kit is pissed.
Yeah, and she pretty much throws them, or she yells at her. They get in a big argument, and Dottie decides that she's going to get out of the league. And the guy who's running the league is like, "You can't leave. You're the best player."
Oh, at this time, the guy that's running the league just got informed that the league is going to close down because the war is ending.
Yep.
The guys are going to come. The actual professional baseball players are going to come back.
Yep.
There's no point to have this league anymore.
Yep.
Like after this season, it's over.
Yep. And he comes back in, or so he tells him like, just transfer me, whatever, and we'll just move on from there. As long as I'm not with Kit, and then he transfers Kit, not Dottie, and Kit's pissed, as he should be, because that's pretty messed up. And then they go on to the final, like they're in the playoffs, I guess you would say.
You would say they are.
Hold on. How do you feel the relationship between Kit and Dottie are?
I mean, I think it's pretty normal.
They didn't really expand on it till the
Do
end.
you think they did a good job with that sister relationship?
I think they should have.
Better?
I think they should have put more emphasis on that. The whole their fight more. They should have fought more a little more.
Yeah,
it should have built all the way up to that end because I felt it almost felt abrupt until I had to think back to. Oh wait, they did kind of.
Yeah, because they kind of had the argument.
Well, at the very beginning of the movie, they always had like a little competition, like type of thing.
But that was it,
You could always tell. It was just kind of like a little vibe. You could always tell that Kit, she was jealous always of Dottie.
I disagree. I think Justin's right. I think they showed a little bit at the beginning, and then they don't really talk about it because it seems like everybody's getting along.
It didn't ruin the movie. The movie's still great,
right.
But it would have just little tidbits here and there to throw it out there,
right.
Like foreshadowing.
Yeah,
like just a scene here and there. Like why always have to like if they were in like when they were in the bar. If she was like, why always have to come after me? Like why always have to protect me or something like that? Just little lines like that. And just little jabs here and there, like, would have been, ooh, wait a minute. Like, this has been building to it.
Sure, I get what you're saying.
I should be a script writer.
You should. You got this.
If you want to hire me as a script writer.
Except for you learn what pickle tickle means before you're able to screenwrite.
Right?
I thought they did a pretty good job when it just comes to just sibling rivalry.
Yeah, because it's not always hate. You don't always hate the other person.
But
it was fine.
It could
have jumped it further.
I did get a feeling that she's been jealous of her like ever since, because there's like these little like snippets of like, oh well, she's better good looking than me. Like at the very beginning of the movie, she's like, oh yeah, someone said that you're better good looking than me. And she's like, oh, did someone really say that?
Yeah.
She goes, no.
My problem was just they should have put more in the middle.
Sure, I get what you're saying.
I mean, yeah, I agree, but I feel like they did foreshadow this kind of coming.
Yep, I agree.
Who do you agree with, John? Chris? You said you agree with both me and John. So who's more right?
He thinks they're both right. So
who's more right?
Why are you trying to make this into a competition?
Because John just said that he kind of agreed with you that they should have more in the middle, and so do I.
So I'm more right. Okay.
But I think you needed scenes where they were sweet to each other also to show that they're actually real siblings, not just pissed off at each other all the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think they did a really good job with that sibling relationship.
So I'm more right though.
No, you're not. Okay. Anyways, so then you had the telegram. Then you had the telegrammer scene, which is really sad.
That was very sad.
Yeah, where Betty Spaghetti finds out her
poor Mr. Spaghetti.
One of the girls.
One of the girls worry about his card.
One of the girls find out that her husband died.
Yeah,
which is super shitty right before he gave.
That's like the best acting I think of Tom Hanks in this movie.
I think it showed how much his character kind of evolved.
Yep.
And how much he
cared for him.
He cares about these girls.
Yeah.
Now.
And
even though he constantly is like a sleazeball, like the line right before this happened, he was like, "Hey, so I was crapping basically, and I found out if we go to the World Series, I get a bonus."
He said,
"So let's do our best out there."
He said, "I was on the toilet reading my contract, and it turns out I get a bonus that would make the World Series."
But I think that was kind of like him trying to be his character. He's trying to act like he doesn't care. And he's just like, yeah, by the way, nonchalantly. I was just, you know what I mean? I think he
was actually excited about it. Like, that was like a little of his asshole-ish coming out of his character.
Yeah. But
it's still there.
He's still an old school manager, so you gotta have something like that.
Right.
I think it was really like his character.
It could be.
He wasn't really trying anything. But it did show his that he had a heart and that he did care for these girls, because after she found out that her husband died, he was the one that read the card.
Yeah.
He's the one that basically told her.
Well, because the guy comes in and he's like, "Well, there's no letter, there's no name on this, so I need to take it back." And all these people are like, "Oh,
I would have been like fuck you.
Yeah.
You need to give me that letter
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, the guy was a complete jerk.
I would
But
have been.
anyways.
Oh, I would have been so pissed. Like that's such an asshole thing.
Yeah, and he does a good job with it. But they kind of shoot it in the way it looked like, where you don't know if it's gonna be Dottie because it could be Dottie.
Yeah.
And
Because
so
the girl that it was and Dottie are sitting right next to each other.
For some reason, the scene with Betty Spaghetti learning that her husband died took 3 days to film, and I don't know why.
With her doing what?
Finding out that her husband died.
Took 3 days?
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I feel bad for her. She probably had to cry the whole time. You know what I mean?
They probably changed it.
Yeah.
They kept changing the scene. Like,
Maybe.
oh, we could do something better.
Yeah, probably so. Yeah.
That's what I would say.
What are you gonna say, Joseph?
Here's my hypothetical.
Okay.
Would the movie have been better if Dottie's husband died?
No.
Would that have been?
Because I think it good.
Yes.
What?
Yes.
That would have given her a reason to stay. I think it was more important for her to have to make the personal decision.
It would have been. I think it would have been better because her husband would have died.
Oh, that's better, John. Oh my gosh.
No. It would have been.
It is so. That's all you hear from him.
And she would have been single,
Yes.
and I could have dated her.
And give her the pickle tickle.
She would have went through something dramatic, but then it would have showed the love for the game. Even though her husband just died, that she's going through something really difficult, that this game could have been something that like kind of healed her through this.
No. I think that
Wrong.
I think that she
Incorrect.
It had to be her husband coming back, where she felt like she had her whole life together, everything's complete, that she didn't need baseball anymore. But that wasn't the point. That she did need baseball. So I think you both are wrong. And you don't get to see Bill
He
Paulson.
was wrong. I just posed a question.
Okay.
I started producing.
What do you think, though?
What do I think?
Sorry, John.
I thought it would have been interesting if her husband died, but I agree with you in the point that him coming back was, I think, an even bigger, because I assumed he was going to die.
Yeah.
My assumption was the minute they started talking about him coming back, I was like, death flag.
Yeah.
He's gone. But now that he did come back, I think it was a nice little twist.
Yeah, it was.
To it.
So then you
find out he's alive.
You find out her husband's alive, played by Bill Paulson, great actor, the president from Independence Day. The dad.
This
from
is
Casper.
our Independence Day.
Yes, the dad from Casper. In a lot of stuff.
Now we're really pulling out of our ass here.
He is. He's Casper. So, and then this is my favorite line of the episode or the movie. So the little kids are there getting baseball cards signed by Jimmy Dugan, and he writes on there, "Avoid the clap, Jimmy Dugan."
Thanks, Jimmy.
And he goes, "That's great advice."
That's good advice. Yeah. So then Jimmy realizes that Dottie's leaving, and he freaks out, as you would imagine, because not only because they thought he was going to lose, but really because he thought that she was sacrificing her career, and like he did. You know what I mean? Like he was kind of more upset.
No,
that
he definitely saw himself in this situation.
Yeah, exactly.
And he said, "I made the wrong decision. You don't make that wrong decision."
Yeah, exactly.
Did she ever even ask her husband if he cared? He cared. Like, wouldn't you ask him? Like, he seemed pretty cool about it.
I'm sure they talked.
I think
about
she was
it.
trying to show that it didn't matter to her, but it did.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I just assumed that they talked about it off screen.
Well, I mean, there's no reason that. Why would he say no? Like, it's one more game.
Well, what I thought was going to happen was she was going to talk to him. He was going to but why? I'm back. Why do you want to go back and leave me again?
I don't think so.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah. That's
maybe
it would have helped. It would have helped the movie along if they had that scene.
Would it have been funny if, would it have been a good twist if he was like, "No, woman, you're going back with me," and then he's dragged her along. He's
Make me a sandwich.
Make me a sandwich.
Tom Hanks and Dottie they talk, and she basically tells him, "Hey, I'm choosing my husband over this. We're going home. You guys go off and do your World Series thing. I'm going to go and have a family."
Yep.
So he's really pissed about it.
Yep.
Goes onto the bus, and
they kind
of split ways. And then in the World Series, you find out that all these games happen, and then eventually it gets to a Game 7.
Yeah, well, it's between Dottie and Kit's teams.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So Kit got traded to the other team that was in the World Series. Yep. It's a Game 7.
Yep.
And the Tom Hanks's character, he's talking to the team. He's trying to get them all pumped up, which I thought was an okay scene. Where he's trying to get, he's kneeling,
prays.
he's praying.
he says,
Get over here.
It's kind of ridiculous.
Trying to pray.
He says, "Guy, no, I don't pray to you much." But that waitress in South Bend, she kept calling your name.
That was pretty funny.
And then they start the game. Stewie, or Stewell, whatever his name, Stewell. He's singing, "You're gonna lose," and Tom Hanks chases him and goes, "So what?" So good.
He threw the. Then he threw the glove at him.
He throws the glove.
It's like, I got him.
Yeah.
So then he starts to talk to the
catcher.
The catcher.
Yeah.
And Dottie hasn't played for these 6 games. Like,
yep.
Which is weird because she goes, "Hey, I turned around as soon as we hit like the Grand Canyon or something like that."
Oregon,
she was on her way to Oregon.
Yeah.
But she like turned around like halfway or something like that.
Hmm?
Where was she for those 6 games?
Shacking. She hasn't seen her husband
Driving
forever.
because they only those cars only went like 40 miles per hour.
Yeah,
True,
I guess so.
True. And it's pretty funny. So then Tom Hanks tries to play a little hard to get. He's like, "Oh no." I forget her name, but the one he always picked on in this movie.
And she's like all messed up.
Did we say that she like appeared? Like he's
I
talking
thought-
to the catcher.
Oh, yeah.
And the catcher takes the catching mask off, and then it's Dottie.
Yep.
Oh yeah, she appeared.
Yeah.
Yay.
And then but he's like, "Oh,
He's like, what are you doing here?"
He's the other catcher. She looks pretty good. Jesus.
She has like all these bruises like all over her. She's been doing good for these last 6 games.
Yeah. And then they start the game, and at one point, that blonde girl he yells at messes up again. He's trying really hard not to yell at her.
That is such a funny scene.
We gotta find
the girl that cried. The girl that
cut off, man.
He's like shaking.
He's like, next time.
He has his hands up like he's gonna choke her.
Yeah.
Will you do that?
He's like, "I want you to work on that next season." And she goes, "Thank you." He's like, "Okay, go away."
It's 2-2.
Yep. And Kit's up at the bat.
Yeah, so at the very end of the game, it's 2-2. Oh, Dottie, she's been the star of the game the whole entire thing.
Yep.
She's done a lot for the girls.
And Kit's up the bat. Dottie tells the pitcher to hit it high because she can't hit him. Call back from the beginning.
Yeah.
And then she does. She strikes. He hits 2 balls. Then the third.
She
hits
swings.
Yeah.
And she gets
2 strikes. And then then Kit hits the final one and runs. And she should stop, but she doesn't stop. And then she runs for home. And she runs into Dottie.
She did it.
Which is a terrible baseball
infield home
play
run.
not to hold at third.
Well, yeah, but she was aggressive. She was mad. She wanted to like hit her.
Still a stupid baseball play.
But
do you think that Dottie dropped the ball on purpose?
That's what I was gonna bring up. So did she bring it up?
So yeah. Okay, so the ball gets thrown to home. It's thrown in time.
Yep.
And then Kit is running towards Dottie at home plate, and Dottie runs into Kit, and Dottie drops the ball.
Yeah. There's evidence for both.
I think that she dropped it on purpose.
I'm kind of there too. The only reason I think that she didn't drop it on purpose was because she did go tell the pitcher how to strike her out. And she was kind of like, if she's going to do this, she's going to do it. She's going to deserve it. And
But they kind of give each other like eyes when they why
But the reason I think she did is because they already showed that play and she didn't drop it the first time.
I think
she dropped the second time.
I think that she did it. She was hoping her sister would have grown.
Yeah.
From the very beginning of the movie.
Well, and also
I think she was pulling for her sister to hit that ball.
And
that's why I think that at the very end of the movie that she dropped it on purpose. Because she wanted her little sister to have that moment.
Well,
because
I think
she was looking over during the game, and her sister was like bawling because she was just freaking out throughout the game.
Well, and I think that it was more important to the sister than Dottie. I don't think Dottie really cared as much about it.
No,
but I think you're right. I think she wanted the sister to be the star of attention for once because she never is.
And I
what
think
do you think
it
Justin?
was done on purpose.
I never even thought of that. I just thought she dropped the ball.
She could have.
I think she screwed the play.
She could have. We don't know.
I mean,
I think you are thinking way too into this.
Well, no, I think it's.
I think it was
only
never
because
really,
they showed the scene earlier where the same thing happened and she kept onto the ball.
It was never really said.
Yeah.
And it was never. There was no lines that resemble what me and Chris are thinking.
Yeah.
Other than it's weird. Other than looks.
Yep.
Like it's just panning to certain scenes throughout that game.
Yep.
That makes you kind of think that she dropped it on purpose.
Yep. Kit's the big hero. Her and Dottie talk afterwards, kind of make up, She said that she's going to stay with the team and play the next year. The Dottie's moving on to Oregon. Kid doesn't really understand. And then they flash forward to the future. And they're at the opening of the museum.
That's when she meets like all the
way May.
All the
way May and Rosie O'Donnell.
She goes, man, I haven't been called that. And Rosie O'Donnell's like, I guess, a grown-up character. She goes, since last night?
Yeah, exactly. But she's married.
Yeah.
The pretty one married a plastic surgeon. Marla Hooch is there.
I wish I could have dated a plastic surgeon over here.
All right, John. Marla Hooch was married to a guy, but he died. She married Nelson, but Nelson died. They see the museum, and Kit shows up, and you didn't think Kit was going to show up, and they hug, even though they see each other every Christmas and Thanksgiving, so I don't really understand what the big deal is. But
well, they said at the very beginning of the movie that they don't see each other often.
You see the little kid growing up?
You find out that like he's there for his mom because his mom died.
Yep. And then you meet, and then like I said, so anyways, happily ever after. They all sing the final song.
Yeah.
And then,
you find out Tom Hanks' character's died too.
Yep.
And, that's not surprising.
But John Lovitz is still alive, and he's super old.
And they did not find anybody who looked like John Lovitz at all.
How do you find somebody? They also didn't have him talk because you can't have him talk like John Lovitz.
He did have a big ass cigar, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, it was. And then it was over. Fun fact: I was drinking a beer and I got a little emotional during it.
Was there tears?
There was a little bit of tears.
Ooh!
Teared up a little bit. Anyways, so
dang, I've never cried at a movie.
What? I only do when I drink.
I don't cry at all.
No, I've never cried at a movie.
Okay. So, anyways, final thoughts. John, you want to go first?
This is supposed to be my movie.
Give me my point.
This is supposed to be my movie.
No, it's not.
Yes.
Mister, I watched this when I was 20 and I liked it.
It's still a nostalgia movie, okay? No, it was a really good movie. It's a lot of the stuff that we've watched. It's been kind of corny because it's just been like kind of 90s stuff. This didn't have a 90s feel to it.
No.
I guess because it wasn't portraying like 90s like things. It was portraying things that were happening in the 40s.
But the humor was not 90s humor either.
No, it wasn't 90s humor. It was a really good movie. It was really well done. Mm-hmm. I liked how it kind of had like a historic. I'm a big like history person. I like history.
Yeah.
And it had a big historic type of feel to it. So I'm definitely giving you a point for it.
Cool.
I really enjoyed the movie. I laughed out loud a lot. Yeah, there's a bunch of lines that I like from this movie. I don't really quote it a lot, but it doesn't really need to be quoted.
Yeah. Okay. Justin?
It's a good movie. I hate you 1 point.
Yeah. I give myself a point also. So.
I don't think that's
Let's watch A League of Their Own too.
Okay, hey, so
TV series.
I kind of want to go.
Look at that.
I kind of want to go over like what are the points.
No, I was actually gonna bring that up. So we have all done 5 each.
Yeah.
So it's not going to go over points.
I honestly don't know how many.
Now
points
we might have to re-record this because of depending on how the Yu-Gi-Oh thing goes next week, but we don't know how that's going to go.
Okay.
But as it stands right now, y'all are going to hate this. I have 7 points.
Okay.
Justin has 6.5 points.
Okay.
And John, you have 6. So it's really close. Wow. Anybody's game. But
you have how many points? 7?
7. Justin would have.
Ooh, I was down so much at the very beginning of this.
If Justin would,
I was down like 4 points.
Yeah, if Justin would have picked a good show and not Yu-Gi-Oh, he would have been up 9.5 on us. But
good job, Justin.
Anyways,
no, but he had to do something stupid.
Nope, I needed payback for your shitty show.
Can't wait to watch Sandlot 2. Anyways, so that's the standings. It's really close. It's going to come down to the end. We're all within a point. And we both have 2. All 3 of us have 2 more shows watched this season. Next week, what are we watching, Justin?
Oh, next week, even though it's not even near Christmas yet.
Nope.
We're doing How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Yep. With Jim Carrey from 2000, I think. It was 2000?
2001.
The reason we're watching this is because the new movie's coming out, The Grinch, with Benedict Cumberbatch. It's a cartoon. But it's coming out now.
I was about to say, it's coming out really early.
Yeah, I don't know why it's coming out.
For some reason. I don't know why.
I don't know either. First week of November. That's why we're watching this now, not around Christmas. But yeah, it'll be interesting.
There's a lot of
Justin, you were a big fan of this when you were little?
I liked it. I haven't seen it in a while, so I'll have to obviously change my opinion on it.
I'm not going to tell you my opinion now because it has I do have an opinion because I do watch this every year. But I'm not going to tell you. But I watch a lot of movies I don't like every year for Christmas. So I don't know. I'm not gonna tell you if this is one I like or dislike, but we'll get there. We're gonna play another game, guys. So y'all excited?
I'm excited. I'm excited for this game.
So this is different than the last couple games we played. It kind of fits my personality a lot. As everybody knows that listens to this podcast, I'm a big fan of music, and this one follows.
He's got
this
a huge
game,
boner for it.
I was trying to think of a good name for this game, and for some reason this came up to me. I like to call it Chris's Obscure Themes.
Okay.
The way this game works is I'm going to read you guys a couple of lines from a theme that from the 90s. You know how those themes all have like actual songs?
Yeah.
The difference is that I'm not going to read you guys a line that you would know if you watched it. This is a line from the song, because most of these songs had more than what they showed in the clip. A good example of this is Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Had the line in the middle about being on the airplane. If you haven't heard it, you can find it online. So a lot of these have like an extra verse in there that nobody really knows.
Yeah.
This is the clip.
Okay.
Okay. Here are the options. First, Family Matters. Second, Full House. Third, Step by Step.
Okay, I have mine.
I feel like one of those is trying to trick me.
All right, hey, I'm going to text you my answer.
All right.
All right, I'll text you my answer as well.
Okay. And I'll tell you which one of you were right.
I feel like I'm being tricked.
Okay.
So
the winner is... I'm going to play it. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you were tricking me. Damn it.
Got it right.
I recognize the guy singing it.
Yeah.
That's why I thought, okay, he put Full House in there to mess with me.
Nope, that was it.
No.
Man.
It's the same guy that sings the theme. Like,
But they all sounded the fucking same in the 80s.
Family Matters sounds the exact same.
Yeah, because I was like, okay, he put Full House on there to try to trick me. I'm going to go Family Matters because they sound kind of the same.
Ka-ching! Did I get an extra point?
No. But it was fun.
So anyway, you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Another Man's Pod. You can also email us at anothermanspod@gmail.com. We have a list of our apps on social media where you can listen to us. So if you want to tell someone, hey, if you want to listen to Another Man's Pod, or if you want to listen to this nostalgia podcast, all the apps and everywhere that you can find us is on one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Please rate us on all those apps, so where you're listening to us right now. We would really appreciate it. It would really help us out. It helps other people find us.
We I don't know, we kind of feel a little weird about this, but we kind of want to try it out. So we're at a point now with kind of our viewerships where we feel like we've gotten to a really good point, and we're really happy with all the listeners that we have so far. But to go to that next step, we want to kind of do some more things. And to do that, we're going to set up a Patreon account. So Patreon is a way that you guys can help us, you guys can support the show by throwing in a couple dollars every month. So basically you sign up, you can do $1, doesn't matter. You can do $5, doesn't matter. You put in a little bit of money, and every month they just automatically take it out, and we get that money, and just so y'all know, this isn't like we're not going to pay ourselves for this money. All we're going to do...
This is all going into helping the podcast.
Whether it be better equipment, whether it be merchandise, whether it be...
A gold hat for myself.
A gold hat for Justin.
No, if we bought anything, it would be lingerie for Justin to wear.
True.
During, during one of the...
Very comfortable.
And this is what we should do. We should buy lingerie, and then the last episode, like if you're losing, and you all know you get to lose, you're going to have to wear it.
I like that.
I don't see that as a punishment.
I like the fans will enjoy it.
Justin does it every day.
I'm doing it right now.
No, but... And we'll...
I was not expecting this.
And what was I going to say about that? And, it costs a little bit of money to make sure all the episodes are up on iTunes and stuff like that. Not much, but just a little bit. But, it'll take care of that and stuff. So it's all just going to go towards making this better and making it more fun experience for everybody. So we're going to put that out. If you give anything, you'll have access to a special bonus clip that we'll have every month, and whether it be another episode, whether it be a Q&A, whether it be another game video that we do. And also, if you give us $5 a month, then whatever you recommend that week, we will do within the next month.
Yeah.
We'll
anything that you give us, like, we'll do that in the next month.
Like I said, give if you want to. If you don't, it doesn't matter. We're still going to keep doing this. This isn't going to change anything. But we just thought it would just help out the podcast a little bit. It'll help out a little bit, and it's a good way for you guys to support the show if you want to do that. We have a lot of really good fans, and either way, it doesn't really matter. So we'll put a link for that on there. But I think it's going to be patreon.com/anothermanspod. So if you go there, you'll find it, and it's really easy to do. So just let us know. Thank you all for listening. We'll be back next week with How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Peace.